It's through pop culture that I went further back and took an interest in the golden age of Hollywood, if you like, later. I did a drama degree, which included film studies, and then I worked in film and television, drama development, for a couple of years. Then I went back into performance, was a drumming actor. Then I trained with a physical theatre company, worked with them in Italy. And then I came back to London. And at that point, after my experience in Italy, I realised that I didn't really have a place on the acting circuit. So I started to make my own work. It's been an ongoing project, really, to find the right characters to explore and try to find material to exploit, to tell a story about the aspects of their dysfunctional sort of real-life scripts.
I have not come here to be made a laughing stock of. Please remember where you are. One finds on statistical evidence that the authentic revelations are diabolically inconsistent with the idiosyncrasies of our explanatory qualifications. Or in other words, the allegorical excavations of a bygone contraption are, or should be, dictographically corroborated by the quintessence of conciseness. Oh, and he bowed!
Now, get your titters out now, please. Get your titters out. Titter time has arrived. Let's have all the little titters out. That's right. And the big ones, Mrs. Yes.
What a voice. Honestly. Like a canary.
I want to be an artist. An actress with integrity. And that includes all kinds of parts. It includes, when I'm older, that I'll play other kinds of parts.
I take spoken word footage of Francis Bacon talking about two different paintings, actually, from famous interviews, and I've edited it in such a way that it seems to be this kind of clown-like character who almost looks like a painting that's come to life, talking about a self-portrait.
As man realizes that he's an accident and his futility, that he's a completely really futile being, that he has to play out the game without reason. I think that even when Velázquez was painting, even when Rembrandt was painting, in a peculiar way, whatever their attitude to life was, they were still slightly conditioned by certain types of religious possibilities, which man now, you could say, has been completely cancelled out for him. Now, of course, man can only attempt to make something very, very positive by trying to beguile himself for a time by the way he behaves, by prolonging possibly his life, by buying a kind of immortality through the doctors. You see, painting has now become, or all art has now become, completely a game by which man distracts himself. You may say it has always been like that, but now it is entirely a game. I think that that is the way things have changed. And now what is fascinating actually is that it's going to become much more difficult for the artist because he must really deepen the game to be any good at all and return the onlooker to life more violently. I say it so badly like this, but it is one of the few games that man can play.
Is there any sort of rational explanation of the iconography? People have tried to find explanation.
No.
None at all?
None.
In fact, did it change a lot during the course of doing it?
It didn't. It was a picture that I did in about a fortnight when I was in a bad mood of drinking, and I did it under tremendous hangovers and drink. I sometimes hardly knew what I was doing, and it's one of the only pictures I've been able to do under drink.
Yes.
And in this picture, I think perhaps it helped me, because I believe that the drink helped me to be a bit freer.
In ones that you've done since, have you been able to do the same?
I haven't, but I think with great effort I'm making myself freer. I mean, you either have to do it through drugs or drink,
Or extreme tiredness?
extreme tiredness, possibly, or will.
Yes.
So the will to make oneself completely free. Will is the wrong word, because in the end you could call it despair, because it really comes out of absolute feeling of it's impossible to do these things, so I may as well just do anything. And out of this anything, one sees what happens. It's a picture I've been always haunted by. I think it's, to me, one of the greatest portraits that has ever been made.
I think that what the camera can do is speak in a language that people understand as belonging to these figures. I think what video does is really can potentially open up new worlds to complement what's going on stage. It can elevate it, I think. The idea was that it would be a split screen, like Edith Piaf meets the Brady Bunch, which I could achieve easily using a basic editing software on a PC. It wasn't a high-tech operation. I'd made it in my bedroom. I'd hung some red material on the back of my bedroom door. I found, because I had an Australian flatmate, what I thought was a really beautiful rendition of Waltzing Matilda, called the Queensland version. Waltzing Matilda, leading a water banner, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Down in the jungle at the drink at the dinner, up the smile and grasping the leaf, and the sound is good, like the jungle can touch a bird, waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, Matilda, my darling, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, leading a water banner, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Scotland mounted on his thoroughbred. Troopers, 1, 2, 3. Where's the jolly gentleman? Yet in your tucker line. Waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, Matilda, my darling, come waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, leading the water banner, come waltzing Matilda with me. Up jumped the Spider-Man, sprang into the billabong. You'll never catch me alive, said he.